Hello, everyone. Welcome to Esoteric Ebb. My son is yelling at me. Sorry, the executive producer is yelling at me. Hi! I also just ate an entire instant noodle thing, but it was very spicy, and now my face is sweating right before the start of the stream. Oh, look. He's here. Hi. Anyway, hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well on this Thursday afternoon. The executive producer is here. Behold. Sweat, or I now have... yes, it's a glistening sheen. I'm reflective. Last time, do not get on the desk. The last time we were here, we successfully broke into the tea shop by ripping apart a lock spell with our bare hands. We investigated and found a corpse underneath a table that turned out to be an elf. We brought that back to Viskin, our lich buddy, who is keeping it safe for us until we can learn Speak with Dead. After that, we went back to the tea shop to start taking a look and seeing what else we might have missed. Eating spicy noodles before doing something important is an action Strength would approve of. I think you're right. I think Strength and Con would approve of it, though Con would tell me it's death also. So, who knows? Either way, we've been listening to our idiot brain, and we've been looking around, and soon, since it is 7 p.m., according to our time thing, we're probably going to need to find a place to take a long rest. And we have not found one of them yet. So, but we have a job to finish doing first. So, let's load it up. Oh, right. I forgot. Hang on. Actually, let me quit back to the menu. I always forget that this game has a fucking recap. You've awoken in a morgue. You've gotten a goblin sidekick. This was supposed to be a simple job. Figure out why a local tea shop exploded. Now, you're standing here, the image lingering in the back of your skull. A dead elf. It's rare enough to see a live elf. Beyond that, you've also got the owner to track down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right. Beyond that, you've also got to track the owner down. From what you've heard about this guy, he could have already left the city. Though maybe if you're lucky, you can catch him before he hops on the next ship down on Waterlane. And finally, you've descended straight into the city below. Esoteric hallways full of traps, secrets around every corner, monsters crawling up from the depths. Somehow, you just know someone or something is trying to keep you from discovering the truth. You need to keep looking, search every corner, talk with every person, look into political bullshit above and the esoteric madness below. Eventually, you'll find a way forward. This game's got a good recap. I just keep forgetting about it. How the hell is this place still standing? Paper is apparently weak to fire. Scorched zines! Once there were shelves here filled with magazines. Images of loud dwarves arguing over articles flash into your mind. Do you like reading, Snell? The stream has started and no one has given the executive treats as of yet. Should I wait? Sure, but not this garbage. You're right. Hard to read when it's burnt like this. No, not... He shakes his head. Copazines. It's just a bunch of lies and tall tales. Might be fun if you want to raise your blood pressure. I agree. I hate journalism. That's not... I mean, there's good newspapers. It's just, give me one example. Sure. The Green Road. The Green Road, a niche paper focused on the support of the Agricultural Party, the only major Norvikian paper printed outside of the city. It recently shifted to support the Asgals. Oh, I haven't read that. Yeah, I get that. I'd blame the election for a lack of more good journalism, but it really wasn't that much better before. Look at the clumps of charcoal. Littered across the stone alcove, you see chunks of, well, charcoal. There was wood here? Is there really nothing readable left? Why would there be? Paper burns quite easily. But what if... Sure, maybe you'll find a magically fire-immune newspaper or something. That's right. You have to take a proper look here before moving on. Great. Just great. Your eyes sweep over the ashy remains. Why does this increase the DC? Nope, there's nothing here. But it was worth a try. Cleric, can we move on? I don't think the magazines are too readable at this point. Hello? You home? Your eyes cannot move from the pile of ash on the shelf. You're frozen and blinded. What? It changes. You sense it. The realm is touched by strings. Grab the string. You do so. You glimpse backwards. Your body is still unmoving. You have no control. The goblin stands next to you, seemingly so used to you acting strangely that he doesn't even question it. Snow! Yeah? I think I've encountered an esoteric event. Uh-huh. You have to save me. I'm stuck. Wait, actually? I am dying, Snell! Help! He quickly kicks you in the shin. You regain all senses. Freedom. Okay, you all better now? Can you try to not get stuck in esoteric events in the future? Please? I should look at something else. Oh, it's dusk. That's why the color changed. You see an iron door under rubble and soot. Laid in the passage, the iron door has fallen off of its hinges. Look at the corners. They're bent. Look at the bent corners of the door. To bend metal like this, it takes power. It's bent towards you, so the explosion must have come from beyond this door, right? Oh! A spell, perhaps? Or a very angry man? The answer escapes you. The hinges are connected to the wall via thick iron nails. Looks like they've been ripped off right out of the stone. Interesting. Then this was a combination of force and heat. An esoteric effect? Just a spell? Alarming. Oop. Just did that. A broken table? Or shelf? Alright, this has been getting my attention since we got here. This is a frame without a painting. A frame for a painting. The actual picture was obviously burnt away in the blast. It is iron. It remains. Look closer at the frame. Iron. Melted to hell, but still somewhat intact. Right. Anything else? The frame holds nothing else. What sort of painting do you think it was, Snell? Drama does strike me as the type of guy to hang a giant picture of himself. What do you think? I bet it was a painting of a door. What? A door! Like to trick people. Trick people? They'd walk into the wall, they'd go, "Hey, I can't grab the handle." The goblin glares at you. It'd be funny. Sure. Funny. Maybe we should keep looking for actual clues. Are you saying this burned painting is not a clue? Fuck it. Sure, it's a clue. He lets out a big sigh. Why not? Sad to see it ruined like this. Yes, it is a tragedy. All art is sacred. It was most likely just an LR. Who pays for actual art these days? LR, magic painting, looks super realistic. Very popular these days. I don't like paintings. That's a strange thing to think. Paintings are great opportunities to show off your visual aesthetic. I should leave it alone. I think we've gotten everything out of here that I'm going to get. You approach your companion. Let's get on with it. Oh, there it is. Buddy, you are finally rewarded. Your patience and your lack of terrorism. Pegasus Bat Spider is my one true ally here, not rewarding you for bad behavior, but waiting until you were polite and good. Come here. Come here. They are in the same place. They always are. You decided to... Well, it had the side benefit of being a reward for him calming the hell down. Yeah, there you go, bud. Good boy. Good boy this time. Yeah. All right. I think let's go back and talk to Lady Dragon Lady. Oh. That guy wasn't... Oh, Snell. The riddle is unsolvable. yeah, I think it's here. Ooh, is this another thing I can touch? A tree rising far above. A show of nature's true force. You look at the branches of a bracken tree. It stands tall in the garden, towering over you. It is majestic. Nature is reaching tall and deep. These roots go below the city, even below the river. Touch the tree! Your hand lands firmly on the bark. Good tree. Strong tree. I don't see a purpose to this. Look up at the branches above. The wind causes the leaves to dance. Wait, between the branches, something high above. Ow! Ow! Is that a hole in the bark? Wishrex, yes, it is. It's Dungeons and Disco-Elysium. It has its own identity. It's not just a copy, but it definitely wears its Disco-Elysium heavy inspiration on its sleeve. A hollow, just wide enough for you to stick your hand inside. Your 6 D&D attributes are the voices in your head. This little goblin is my Kim Kitsuragi. Something glimmers up there. Treasure in a bird's nest. You have a feeling this could end really badly. Then again, risk and reward, right? It could cause great physical harm if you fell from that height. And heights are scary. The branches shudder in a sudden gust. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'd suggest not doing that. Climb that tree! You grab onto the trunk. Pressing your entire body up against the rough bark, you slowly make your way upwards. No, get down! Please get down from there, cleric. Let's go! Wrapping your body around the trunk, you lift yourself up. The bark is rough enough for you to get a pretty firm grip, despite the vertical nature of this feat you're attempting. 1 foot and hand, movement after another, each holding on to dear life. You take a deep breath and reach up, finally getting a hold of one of the upper branches. You've done it! Heaving yourself the last way, you get a view you did not expect. A bird's nest, unguarded, full of shiny trinkets. Jackpot! Shove your hand inside the nest. Ooh. Ooh. Polished stone, obviously. Oh, it's a shard of yore. The bleached white and polished rock doesn't look too valuable until it's in your palm. You feel the tingle. It's magic, baby! Silverware of the finest kind, with a black stone at its center. Several crowns going straight into your pocket. Thanks, birds! Retracing your steps, you soon find yourself back on solid ground. Well done, soldier. Well done indeed. You lived! I'm surprised. Now can we go? The tree leaves are quite big. What is a bracken tree again? Don't know. Something to do with the thickness? Do. Oh, don't know. Something do with the thickness? Do. What does the purple fool want now? Never mind. Don't put the leaves in a salad. That would be unwise. Did somebody lose a ring? If they did, I don't remember. an iron band covered in strange symbols. Touching it sends a tingle down your spine. Somehow. It protects you. Somehow. Oh, I forgot about my T-posing rat. I wish I could do more with that T-posing rat. The rough letters spell out Our Lady's Apartments. Oh, I did a bad heal. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah, I totally botched looking at her. That's right.
Cleric!
The lady leans back in her throne.
You've returned.
About the tea shop.
Well, well.
Her eyes focus in on you, and the room seems to shrink.
Go on, cleric.
Snell takes a deep breath next to you. There was a dead elf. She lifts her head and gives you a cold expression.
Do you have an identity?
The corpse was heavily damaged.
Obviously. Yes. Anything new to report? Perhaps something actually useful.
Convince her that you're an idiot. A brooch survived the flames.
A brooch? Show me. Now!
Okay. The lady inspects the leaf in her tiny hands. She senses its esoteric nature.
Tacky. Typically elven. And magical.
Her eyes lift, landing on you.
Yet, also ruined.
God, I desperately hope that I fail that check. I've never wanted a nat one more to where she thinks I'm a genius. Magic items are not supposed to break.
If this brooch was indeed destroyed by the Inferno, then the origin of that fire must have been magical.
That's what I believe to be the case. Who walks around with a melted magical brooch? True, it's pretty strong evidence. She turns it over in her claw.
The brooch itself is indicative of high-ranking elven power. This symbol is worn by members of the Mender's Court.
The Mender. A common way to refer to Ilium the Mender, the goddess who established the Ilium Empire. She was kind of a big deal before she died last century. A royal?
If that makes it easier for your limited human sensibilities, yes.
The Mender?
Ilium.
The dragon growls at you.
Her witlessness has spun this band into chaos more times than I can...
She catches herself and mutters through a clenched maw.
If her shadow is somehow responsible for this...
Symbol?
The foulest symbol in Ascan. The mending tree.
Worn?
What?
How do you wear it?
It's a brooch, cleric.
She explains as if talking to a child.
You put it on your clothing, wherever you want.
You can keep it. The dragon tosses it to you with a frown.
I do not wish her mark anywhere upon my lands.
Hey, Annie Danny, we failed.
Yes?
You can feel your heart as if it lay in your hands.
I need to make her think I'm stupid. Yes. Good luck. No, wait, that's what you are. Oh, right. You're leaning into her biases.
That would not surprise me, cleric. And it is good that you're thinking of all of the possibilities in a case like this. However, you require more evidence for such a claim.
What claim? What claim did I make? Damn it. Now she thinks you're even less of an idiot. How is that possible? Your companion gives you a quick tap on the shoulder. Focus. You somehow managed to fail at acting dumb. If I retry it, I have a +5 difficulty. Hold on. I could just play dumb? Well, yeah. Looking over the facts, you realize there's pretty much only 2 ways out of this. You can either tell her what she wants to hear, or you can convince her that you're an incompetent.
This is ridiculous. You cannot possibly look like a fool.
A very difficult task. Attempt others instead. That should be easy. You say that, but the more evidence provided, the harder it'll be. It'll be a coin toss. If a coin toss actually had a lot more sides than 2. That's called a die. Right, well, gambling's fun, so let's try it.
The risk here isn't that bad. Worst thing that happens is you make a fool out of yourself and fall into a panic. Not like it'll kill you.
The tea machine thing was active at the time of the explosion.
The tea machine?
He exhales. The tea machine. It was in the process of brewing tea. We even found some tea leaves inside.
Interesting. Considering the shop was closed at the time, that is quite the clue. Perhaps this elf was making tea. Perhaps the elf expected company.
That would make sense.
One more question. What kind of tea leaves were in the machine?
Snell gives you a glance. Show her the leaves. She takes one sniff at the dry leaves and frowns.
Ooh, cool. A Cargameshian plant.
She's hiding something. But what?
Next. What else?
Present the full story to Lady Sageleaf. Nope.
You open your mouth to speak, and something comes out. But no matter how you try to spin it, the frown on Lady Sageleaf's face grows darker.
The elf had business, and that business caused the explosion.
Did it?
She groans.
Cleric, I don't see how you've managed to get a complete picture here. Snell, make sure he does his job.
She makes it sound like you're some idiot the goblin has to drag around. Her words sting.
He bows. Apologies, my lady.
No excuses! Make it happen!
He turns to you and hisses, "Don't fuck this up!" What if I walk away? What do you mean? I could just ignore the quest and walk away. That way I won't piss off anyone. Yes, that is possible. You will lose out on assistance from the lady if you do not complete her task, and she will surely be cross with you. And you will not gain the favor of Magistrate Darrow either.
And you would lose out on the amazing experience of completing a quest.
Yes, that as well. I really want to complete the Goblin's quest, though. It is important to note
that you are able to find the one or ones responsible for the tea shop's demise without completing this particular quest. But it could be slightly more difficult. It's up to you.
Actually, I need to investigate more.
Do you now? Hurry up then.
All right, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the opportunity to try to increase my intelligence. Never mind, I don't have anything that can do that. All right. Start of your. God, we need an 18 or higher. We did this. I got a lot of shards. I'm going to spend a couple. Jesus Christ, this is stupid. Cool. Well, nothing I can do there, unless I just save scum the shit out of it. Yeah. Nothing I'm wearing makes me stupider, and I only have one thing that makes me smarter, and I still need an 18. Like, I understand that that's the character I made, but it's still just like, well. You know what? I've got a better idea. That's not what I meant to do. I may not be able to re-roll at that other one, but I can re-roll this one. Lady Sageleaf, I have come to a conclusion about the tea shop. She quickly perks up with a grin.
Speak then! Quickly!
Now's your chance. Make the most outrageous statement you can possibly think of. And don't hold back. It all began on an early morning on the 21st of March.
Yes?
When all of a sudden,
Go on with it, cleric.
2 words. Spontaneous combustion. She groans and places a claw over her face. Great. That's the dumbest shit you've ever said in your entire life. Or at least top 10. Point dramatically and yell, Snell did it! Huh? Seemingly unable to even take in your words, the goblin makes a guttural sound. Tired of waiting for his next big case, Snell decided to create his own. It's a conspiracy. The fuck? Again! Another one! Hold out your arms and scream, I did it! I'm the bastard who blew up the tea shop! After your bold proclamation, a silence falls over the garden.
What is wrong with you?
She asks. It's working! Try another one! Take a deep breath. Honestly, this whole tea shop mystery can only be described in one simple term. Inconclusive.
Cleric, I am only going to ask this once. Are you capable of performing your duties here?
Her question comes with a tired expression. Of course I am! Snell stares at you, at a loss for words. He then approaches his lady's throne. They exchange a few words between themselves. Give them a thumbs up!
Sir Cleric of our great human lords, you say this investigation is inconclusive, and I am inclined to agree with you.
Ouch! Your ego. It chipped.
However, I don't care. You're clearly either influenced by Darrow, the fool, or You're clearly either influenced by Darrow, the fool, or simply an incoherent fool yourself. So screw it. While it would have been lovely, there's no need to nail Darrow to his tower of lies. This is about protecting my people.
She raises a claw, and all of the goblins of the garden stare at her in reverence. Hail, Myth!
Find the responsible party before the election. I will not ask again.
Yes, Lady Sageleaf. Your will be done.
Yes, my lady.
She growls.
Good enough.
She leans on her claw and glares at you.
This joint venture is not yet finished. Snell, cleric.
Yes, my lady.
You need to find the responsible party and bring them to justice. That is what you do, is it not?
Oh, yes, always.
Good. The elf might be dead, but I'm certain whoever is responsible here is not. Speak with the relevant parties. Find out everything about this elf. Locate the missing witnesses, this Frank, son of Frank, dressed in yellow. Fake name or not, if he can be found, you must do it. And then there's the question of the poor fool drummer, of course. You have until the election, cleric. Be quick about it. Time is running thin.
Do you know anything about this dead elf? She groans.
There were words of a certain elf making friends within political circles here on Tolstad. I'm assuming this is the one. I would suggest speaking with those connected, the Asgulls for their involvement in the tea shop, Viskin for the post-mortem, and of course the corpse itself. That you should be able to handle.
Where should I look for this tea shop owner?
Who knows? He's probably already left the city. If he's stupid enough to hide in a corner cowering like the craven fool he is, then find him and make him talk.
Any more info on this missing witness? This Frank, son of Frank?
Not much. Some whispers about a man dressed in yellow rushing downwards. Perhaps he fled into the city below. The fellow's probably dead or dying in that case.
Oh, Frank, son of Frank is a merry fellow. We don't know much of him, but he's dressed in yellow. It just makes it... The only person I've seen dressed in yellow is Viskin. And Frank, son of Frank does seem like a name that Viskin would give as a lie.
Either way, find him.
That's all. For now.
Fine. Keep at it.
Is this your garden?
No. This is a sanctuary for all. I am just its keeper.
So it's your garden?
Yes. I suppose you could say that.
Take a deep breath. How? Point towards the ceiling. No sun?
We don't need that here. The sunlight is simply replaced by naturally occurring light sprites.
Natural? Is this some kind of powerful primal magic?
Further below, we also cultivate a range of deep fungi.
Fungi is edible.
If you can meet her... If you meet her, speak with my gardener. She can speak more on the subject.
Do people live down here?
Yes.
Goblins. Goblins live down here, and other lower beings.
Got it. Nice garden.
Thank you.
So this HWBT, what exactly is it? She snorts.
It's an affiliation, an organization, a family.
Your family?
Yes.
That's a lot of kids. The lady raises her chin.
Any goblinoid willing to serve the family is welcome to my loving embrace.
All fungi are edible, and you should always eat all of them the moment you see them.
Are you registered at the Tithe House?
Of course! What do you take me for, some huckster? We're registered as a tribal organization, with some special regards.
Why is it called the Halfway Bridge Tribe? She takes a deep breath.
I'd say it's obvious. Most of my people have lived in the tunnels of Tolstad for 5 generations. The tunnels underneath the famous broken bridge of Norvik. The bridge that only reaches halfway across the water.
So all fungi are edible. Some fungi are edible more than once.
When I united us, that name grew popular.
What's your role here?
My role?
She cackles.
I'm the director of operations.
I have other questions. What are you voting in the upcoming election?
You dare tread onto such volatile grounds? Here in my chambers?
Yes.
Really?
Her eyes pierce your stout figure.
You meet it.
You dare ask of my political opinions?
Yes.
Okay, well, I haven't decided.
Oh. Her eyes dart around the chamber to her subjects. Then her gaze lands on you once more.
Yet.
That's the best answer you'll get. She knows what's up. So you're not leaning in any particular direction, or?
No. And I encourage every one of my subjects to think for themselves on what they wish to vote.
She's incredible. An apolitical tour de force. That's all for now.
The goblin glares at you with his muscles.
You approach your companion. Yeah, we have nothing new to say to Snell. That's fine. Where's this way again? Lower layer. Okay. A dozen dwarves and an orc walk into a tavern. The orc turns to the tavern keep and says, "Hey, give me a large one." The tavern keep says, "Please don't turn this into a joke. These are real people you're talking about." What's going on here? Let me continue. So, the dwarves go. The dwarves have struggled as a minority for decades. They deserve respect, nothing less. No, really, what's going on? You're divided, but a truth will be achieved. Whatever. Look, the gist of the story is, the orc is hard at work improving his shitty little city. The dwarves are annoying and stupid. Got it?
Not shitty.
Get out of here! Ain't your scene, Testy!
You believe for a second that the orc wants this city to improve. No, you've seen too much to ever believe such a lie. This is some kind of debate, eh?
Kind way to put it. The Revolutionary Free Strider will bring freedom, democracy, and riches to Norvik. Last part being the most poignant.
Let us focus on each of these points, one at a time.
Oh, come on.
Freedom. The Free Strider would focus only on helping the rich, and so on. Democracy. They do like that, but they're really corrupt also.
Ridiculous.
Riches. They might bring a lot of money into the city, but it's always going to the factory owners and already rich folk.
Yeah, 'cause they actually work. This is silly. Without Free Striders, you'd probably be a farmer. Who the fuck wants to be a farmer?
Farming is good, healthy work.
Healthy.
Don't change the subject. Do you two never shut up? This is like the first time I think I've really delved into my quest log and I saw something glowing.
Not really.
I feel like I should make a decision here. Yes, you must retain the spirit of the Asgalian Revolution. After completing a quest branch, you can allow it to take root in your mind. When doing this, you must make a choice between available feats. Take a deep breath and stand up against the ever-growing wave of capitalism. You should choose Asgalian Spirit and Speech. With this feat, you restore 1 hit point for every hour that passes.
Greed ain't so bad. To be able to unlock a better life for yourself, who wouldn't want that? You should choose Money Talks.
With this feat, you gain 50% more crowns on pickup.
Yeah, dexterity is a libertarian, apparently.
You've chosen well. True harmony comes from being in tune with your fellow folk. The dwarven way is the good way, the egalitarian way.
Feel like you've resolved some conflict in the world. Oh, we got another one.
What is loneliness?
Excuse me?
What is it? That feeling in your chest. The knowledge of lacking, of being without. This thing hanging, veil-like, as a connective tissue between others. Is it something? Or is it simply void?
I don't know.
That is true.
The pickpocket stat likes money. Who'd have thought, right?
So, you've come here to solve a mystery. Yet what you find is everything working against you.
Yeah, that's been pretty annoying.
It has been difficult, yes. Political forces working against each other, not in direct competition, but indirectly, as the election looms over all folk. A coin lord who wishes nothing to be brought to light under his reign. A chieftain who wishes to hold her domain tightly. Caught between a poor woman in tea shop.
How do you know she's innocent?
Not innocent, but somehow you know she did not deserve such an end.
It's a right mess.
That is very true. For you, despite these tribulations, it has proven a revitalization, a return to form. This last year has been terrible.
It's been fucking awful.
But now, you are on your way to handle it all. All thanks to
Snell.
Yes. His presence is a good in your life. He is, potentially, a friend.
Friend.
Friendship is not a necessity, nor is beauty, nor is love. They do not help you survive in this world. Rather, each of those things give value to survival. So the empty hole in your chest does not open up as wide at the end of your next quest. When the silence of your tower office or room at mom's apartment does not engulf you quite so suddenly and hastily. Remember that feeling. But then, you can ask yourself another question.
I accused him of blowing up the tea shop and decided he's my only friend. I also admittedly accused myself of blowing up the tea shop, as well as spontaneous combustion. all in a desperate bid to prove myself dumb as fuck.
What is tea, really?
Are you shifting topic again?
A warm liquid filtered through leaves of various distinguished plants, only to be served to free-spirited, youthful folk of common cloth.
Which I did fail at once, yes.
A drink of the post-war era.
I hate tea.
You did not used to. You see, at the center of Norvik, in the middle of the chilled River Torna, sits a fortress. One filled with folk, each of them flowing through the alleys and tunnels and streets. At the center of which, you find a tea shop. Stepping through its doors, you're immediately hit by a wave of exotic aromas. There are folk of all kinds debating, playing music, and exchanging ideas within these walls. Stacks of newspapers thrown about the tables. Behind the counter, you see a dark feathered creature serving freshly brewed cups. This is a tea shop. There are many like it in Norvik. There is nothing special about this one, apart from the fact that this one blew up.
Wait, what's the tea shop called again?
That is clearly not important, since it is now left only a memory to those who loved its comfort. It was the best years of your life. It was the closest you ever came to having real friends. Most of it spent drinking halfling tea in Dvargby. With people.
Oh, shut up. They used you. Aren't you the one always going on about exploited labor? Well, that's you. A lonely kid, tricked into pushing dwarf propaganda. That's all.
It is not so simple. They were also kids. Miran, he was trying to...
You don't need them. Nothing to cry over. Nothing lost. Everything gained, however. If you hadn't gotten arrested, you never would have joined the Earth Guard. It was destiny. A group of Asgalists turning on each other, run into the hills. To survive that, it builds character.
The Hills, one of the 3 unofficial districts in Norvik. Basically, the Halfling district. Covered the hills, get it, on the western side of the river.
Keep this goblin at arm's length. You don't know where he's been, or what his intentions are. You will make it as a lone cleric against the world, as always.
No. Don't push him away. You gotta reel him in, just like everyone else. Your main problem from the beginning has been one thing: honesty. You keep showing your true colors. Nobody likes that. Keep it friendly. Keep it light. Everyone should enjoy your company.
They can enjoy your company without it being a winning game.
But if they enjoy your company, you win.
Everyone wins.
Including you.
Ignore this idiocy. Focus on your spells, learning, retaining knowledge, and applying it during your downtime. Become an even greater master of memorization.
Tell me more about Lone Cleric.
You're a man. You don't need friends. Taking a short rest means kneeling down in the dirt, a fist placed on your chest, your brow dripping, pearls of sweat falling down upon your bulging pecs in the dark, alone, by yourself. Flying solo. You don't need friends. You're a man.
Lone Cleric. At the start of a short rest, you heal an additional amount to the levels of exhaustion you have. Tell me more about Master Memorizer. Normally, your absolute genius allows you to recover a spell slot during whatever breathers you take. Focus on this. The rest is useless. You get 2 spell slots back during a short rest. Tell me more about Friendly Company. Snell is a good person. You enjoy his company. Just his presence during a breather is enough to make you feel good at heart. The feeling is somewhat mutual. Who cares what he thinks? You seriously need to learn how to make friends. For real. That includes manipulating them into actually sticking around. So, is this a wise or charismatic thing to choose? It's a mix, really. Like within alignment, it is all about intention. Do you view socialization as a zero-sum game? No. Then you're dumb. No, you are not. A relationship is what you make it. If you assume it to be a cold calculation, then that is what you get. Sweet, good deal. Okay, I'm ready to make a choice. Go with your heart. It lives in your sleeve. You'll be a great friend. A true friend. It is not our journey. Not even a little bit. And so you shall remain. And I leveled up. All right, one more level, and we will be able to learn Speak with Dead, I believe. We got a ton of experience for that, though. Did you just rip those mushrooms out of a pot? Why did you do that? What? It was cultivated there. That was a potted mushroom. I am not sure why I did that.
The primal scream.
Someone worked hard cultivating those. And now you've just taken them. Can I put them back? No. You'll have to live with it. I guess so. All right. I'm going to Snell's house. I'm going to see if I can bully him into letting me crash at his place. Because we're besties. I believe he was over to the left out of here. Oh.
The depths of Tolstad.
I think it was this one down here. Hey, Snell, we're going to your house. Welcome to my pad. Go ahead. Root around as much as you want. Don't mind if you do. Really? No. Don't touch anything. He sighs. I'm not sure how this is in any way useful for the job. But let me know when you're done looking around. Looking. Nothing else. Be less nice. It's a nice apartment. Yeah, I'm not here a lot. Snell, my buddy, my bro. Can I crash on this couch? The goblin laughs. I'd argue it's much better than usual. One time, I was on a date, brought her back here.
Girl.
Terrible idea. The date was already going poorly. Imagine her expression when she steps in here and there's a pile of reports all over the floor, a block drain in the kitchen sink, and 15 confiscated bowls of pixie dust piled in the corner. Let me tell you, it took her 10 seconds to come up with an excuse. This is one of his favorites. He tells this to everyone. And as his laughter fades, he looks around the place and tells you, anyway, looks better these days. Figured if I'm such a neat goblin like everybody says, I might as well keep my apartment clean too.
Girl?
Yeah. Back when I was still looking for that sort of thing. You know, getting tied down and so on. In the metaphorical sense. What about you?
The question cuts tiny little holes in your inside skull.
Clerics are popular, right? Avoid! Abort! Alert!
He is not allowed to ask you personal things like that.
Tactfully change the subject. He's expecting an answer, so you're going to have to give him one. Not a lie, though. You can't handle that right now. Too much pressure, clearly.
Too much.
Yeah, listen to your gut. So what do I say? Just keep it simple. Dismiss the question in a nice way. Like this.
Nothing lately. I'm busy with work.
Now! Change the subject, now! You seem like the type to be busy with work, too. Oh, yeah. For the last few years, I've been focused on the halfways and whatever the old lady needs of me. Don't mean to sound ungrateful, though. I do love it. It's real rewarding. You're clearly good at what you do, whatever that is. He laughs. I ask myself that same question sometimes. The goblin takes a breath. I tell you to look at it from a goblin perspective, but let me put it like this. Lady Sageleaf gave me options in a world of railroad tracks. I get to help my people and get real fucking good at it. So for now, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Better than getting bored.
That's for sure.
The cleric, when asked about their personal life, I need an adult! I was tempted to not even try the check, but if we failed, it was going to be so funny.
This definitely is not the type of job that ever leaves you bored. He grins. Anyhow, anything else you want to chat about, or can we get going?
You live here alone?
Yep. It's a cool place. Thanks.
Doesn't get lonely?
I don't spend much time here.
How long have you lived here?
He glances at the ceiling. I don't know. 3 years? 4? God, has it been that long?
What does it cost?
$100 a month. Real cheap, but I got a special deal because of the HWBT gig. That's really good for such a fancy apartment. The old lady takes care of her own, huh?
You like living here?
It's central, right next to the garden. That's all I really care about, although the ventilation system is pretty sweet during those colder months.
That's good information, thank you.
He mouths and gives you a side glance. What about you? Where do you live, cleric?
Uh-oh.
I should lie, right? Oh, yes. It's really the only good choice here.
I could tell him the truth. That would be extremely painful. The truth is freedom, honor, goodness. Although, perhaps you can make an exception.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with your current living arrangements, and the goblin will not think lesser of you because of it. Arguably, he'll pity you.
All right. Because I've run out of snoozes and the ad is going to start in 30 seconds, we're going to do the ad here. Should we tell Snell the truth in the meantime? And in 3 minutes, we'll find out what we think. See y'all soon. Do the ad. You said you were going to do the ad. Do it. There. Fuck. I think we should tell him the truth. I think we should be honest with our best buddy Snell. He is my only friend. Is our mom single? That's a good question. I don't know much about my mom. We're at 6 out of 25 hit points. Probably won't do more than a D4, right? Admitting you live with your mom still? I mean, I do trust Nell implicitly. Look at this guy. I think he seems like a decent sort. It is 20:43. Oh yeah, the time is hidden underneath my head. So it's 8:45 p.m. Sir? He is on my desk. Oh, the tavern's open? Excellent. Maybe we'll go there next. I would trust Nell to be my stepdad. But these are from Myth, buddy. You've heard of Cat in the Hat. But have you heard of Cat of the Hat? Come here, bud. He feasts. I should maybe get like a curtain to tack up. The light that comes in is really sharp. It's very bright on that side. Maybe I could get like a cool little tapestry or something that I could pin up there. Have it as a kind of backdrop. I could get a green screen, but I kind of don't want to do that. I think they're ugly as fuck. I don't know. Anyway, lads, we're telling Snell the truth. I live with my mom. You do? Stare at him. Huh. Well, I guess that's not too uncommon among humans. Oh! He does not mean harm. Yet, it hurts. Well, anyway, he tries not to linger on the subject since he sees your pain.
I can't afford my own place.
The economy's shit. I agree. Tapestry at the box art of the games you finished on Steam. Ooh, that'd be interesting, but probably difficult.
I used to live in the towers, but they kicked me out.
Huh. Can I ask why?
Yes.
Okay then.
Look, they just had some problems with some of my writing.
Your writing? What? Can't be that bad at spelling, eh?
Idiotic.
Sorry.
Idiotic. Idiotic
Comment. Spelling. Because you're a cleric. Casting spells.
Light apostasy. The unofficial mark of a traitor.
Oh my god.
I got a new patriarch who didn't like me, and then when I presented an argument for a Republican revolution without the influence of the free cities, they said it was a misuse of state resources, and they branded me with a minor case of dereliction.
That was definitely an intentional typo for sure.
Really, it's all overblown, and Bjorn uses the same copper press all the time for a bunch of personal stuff, and he never gets in trouble, so it seems really overblown to me. And yeah,
he listens to your rant with an intense interest. So they can just do that? Toss you out?
apparently.
Well, sounds like bullshit. But you're still employed as a cleric?
Of course. This was just a disciplinary action. They've been mad at me since I refused to register as a member of the Party of Norvik.
Interesting. So this whole thing is like a redemption run for you then?
Yeah, I got fired for using the office printer to print personal stuff.
Solving the mystery of the tea shop that exploded and so on. Rejoin the fold.
I don't care anymore. I'll go be an agrarian or something. Oh!
Dash. Yeah. Much for the boy. Oh, reaching up. Look at his crime hands. These are from Wish Rex, bud. Come on. All right, I'll scoop you. He's very dumb sometimes. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. I don't care anymore. I'll go be an agrarian or something.
Sounds cozy. As per usual. Good luck with that.
She's not home a lot, so I mostly have it to myself.
Oh, that makes it more, understandable. I don't mean to get all personal, but if I had to live with my mother, I'd probably end up like one of those energy zombies. Oh, you get to visit some black fuzzy boys tomorrow? Yeah, Int is definitely Dash's dump stat. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Cousins.
Explains why he's so against the idea of generational housing.
Housing. A nickname for the housing district, where the poors live.
Let's talk about something else. Please, how much is the rent? I've asked you this already.
Not so bad, thanks to the old lady. She looks after her own. Not every goblin's so lucky. Yeah, I've noticed that you've got it pretty nice here. You know there are 3 tribes in the city, right? The halfways get by real well thanks to Lady Sageleaf. But it didn't used to be that way. And most goblins have a real hard time getting by here. Most guilds won't exactly hire a goblin, just like that. Why? Good question. We're not human, so by default, on average, we're not trusted. Back in the day, there were apparently a bunch of programs meant to push us into the workforce. Anti-discrimination laws, goblin public works projects. But the support for those ran out way before I was born. So most kids just fall into crime.
They can't do that. In Norvik, it's illegal to be a criminal.
That's arguably one of the dumbest things you've ever said. Dumbest thing so far. He sighs. Imagine you're a goblin kid. You spend most of your days in the Warren with 20 others your age. There's barely any resources to actually teach you all the human stuff we're legally forced to be taught. If you're lucky, you got one parent with a stable income. Otherwise, you'll be living in the dormitories. No support system, no chance to integrate into this city you're supposed to be living in. If you're lucky, you'll get a dangerous gig in the tunnels. If not, the only way for you to get enough money for food, beyond the basic handouts, is joining a syndicate. They recruit young to keep you in the juvenile stockade if you get caught. Starting as an errand boy, ending up as whatever they need for their enterprises.
Oh yeah, this game is letting me be a fucking moron in a way that I love.
Then you bring home a heavy pouch of crowns for your mom and pops. What are they gonna do? Turn their little kid in? Or accept the only major income that the household's gotten in months? Maybe they'll even encourage you. Push you to get real friendly with the local runners. But it's not like this in the halfways. It's complicated, but the Halfway Bridge Tribe is classified as a syndicate. We run things in a similar sense to the Ishki and the NMBT, except we do things strictly by the book. We don't run drugs, for one. Ishki, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik, commonly called the Water Goblins due to their river expertise, led by the council of 3 Nilbogs, housed in a lighthouse, though they call it a wizard's tower, in Dvargby. Nilbog is a term for a goblin spellcaster. It probably started out with negative connotations. We keep Waddling free of smuggling. But most importantly, we keep the youth out of it. And we keep the other tribes at an arm's length. Lady Sageleaf is real draconian in that regard. Everyone, and I mean everyone in our tribe gets a job and a good salary. We've tried pushing this method, our support systems, onto the other tribes, but it's hard and not always popular. We're the small, annoying, cultish tribe of Tolstad, after all. He sighs again. So, it is what it is. What a rant.
Young goblins, young humans. Seems to be no difference when it comes to the solution. A purpose and a place. That's all they need.
You're working hard for your lady. I sure do. You catch him glancing at the image of her on the board. Cool. Thanks for the talk. It's a bit high up. A mass-produced glowstone lantern. One of Snell's boxes. Snell's work. Expensive material. Oh. You stand before a wooden board covered in sketches of various people. Each of them looks connected via a long red thread. What's this, Snell?
Huh? He looks over at you from across the apartment. Oh, yeah. Project Visualizer. Helps me keep track of jobs. You can check it out if you want. I haven't done much other than a basic outline at the tea shop yet. I've been busy with all this running around.
Looks like a ton of work. You're good at this, Snell.
Thanks. It's what I do. Once we're finished, I'll make sure to compile it into a proper report for the old lady.
Look closer at the sketches. You see several faces you recognize, and some you don't.
A birdman with a black and white pattern along the note. A birdman with a black and white pattern, along with the note, tea shop owner. A bulky merman with the text, rival? No, unambitious. Merman, a male merfolk, not to be confused with a mermaid. A stout-looking dwarf in uniform with a hammer symbol in the corner. Patron? A stylish orc with a freestrider heart symbol in the corner. Completely unaffiliated. Suspicious. A pale man holding a skull. No motive. A human with a fancy beard and fish symbol in the corner. Suppressing info. Beware. Then finally, you look over the central piece. The beautiful rendition of Lady Sageleaf herself. His devotion is clear in this art piece. Her note reads, enemies, spies, city conspiracy? Interesting. The goblin's neatness feels almost divine. He sure is the type to have a photo of himself on the wall. Ah! Bagatelle! The goblin has some good taste, then.
You do not need to relieve yourself. Family. It's about family.
Okay. I'm not gonna rob Snell, because that'd be weird. They said I lived on the north side of town, so I think that's where I want to go. I need to find a place. Oh, no, the tavern. That's right. That's the dormitory. The tavern was probably back in the main area. I think we saw it earlier. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it was this. Oh, shit! Hey, girl! I'm not dismissing Snell for the night yet. We have to go to the bar. Oh, hey, that's the orc we met, who's probably not very happy with us. Oh, it's Miss Nearly. Behold! A cave goblin. Another goblin. This one is looking to escape. She works hard, but only in a way that improves her craft, her passion. Can I hang out with the Sphinx? Oh! She's got a whole fucking firkin that she's just drinking out of. Hell yeah. A donation plate. There is a small plate with a fair bit of crowns scattered across the surface. The goblin glances at you as you approach the donation bowl. I want to donate crowns here. You do. How much, though?
Alms are important to help those in need. It's honorable to give.
You place a handful of crowns into the bowl.
A good amount.
Oh,
Thanks, cleric.
Let her play. The goblin seems to be playing around with the strings of her instrument. Not the magical kind. She's tuning it. Hey! Her entire body jolts when she sees you. Your existence is shocking to her.
I'm playing in a second, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
I need some tense ambience for all the conversations I'm going to have here tonight. She scoffs.
Whatever the artist wants to hear. Be ambience.
Every hero needs a bard. Wink at her. She cannot see your wink, come on. But she can hear the overenthusiastic wink sound you make with your mouth. Hello, Scoop. Very briefly. Welcome in. She finishes whatever she was doing to her instrument. Don't dance. It'll hurt your chances at anything in this tavern.
Okay, here we go.
Leave and let her play. Just wanted to pop in and say hello and start the hype? Oh no. Are you going to throw things at me again? What the hell? Yeah, you're just in time to see an enormous sphinx. Behold, this giant sphinx. Also, thank you. Thank you for jumping in to start a hype train and then leaving. I do truly appreciate it, though. Thank you, Scoop. I hope you are off to do something entertaining at the very least. Monstrosity. Ulziz, Vault Guardian. Thousands of years spent guarding a hole in reality. Remember, her perception is beyond your ability to conceive. For her, a day is a fleeting moment, unless you make it memorable. You are, as always, the hypest hyper of the channel. I know that if nobody else got me, you do, Scoop. Thank you. Now let's talk to this big lady. A lull falls out of the ambient cheer. Just a beat of uncertainty as this cleric steps before the tavern's singular attraction. This happens all the time. Visitors come to gawk and stare. Some brave ones speak with her. The lady of the house, our most delightful host. Large car. She probably needs a big car to get around. Look up at her. Towering, you stare at this somewhat feline creature up on the stage. A living myth, currently taking a swig out of a barrel. Clearly not paying you any mind. Antipalin. The scent of cheap wine lingers in the air, along with an esoteric sensation. Greetings! The Sphinx looks down at you. Meeting her blue gaze makes you feel like you're falling far, far below into the world. I appreciate the lurking, Scoop. I appreciate the hype. I appreciate everything. Her expression turns dark. Dark tidings you bring to the hearth, he says. She speaks low and rolling. A helmed dog dragging its leash around the vestiges of yore. She extends a claw thick as your arm and pokes you in the stomach. Woof. Woof! Her expression grows lighter. Then she lets out a deep breath. It smells like an old basement full of booze. That sort of joke only works once, so no barking. If you want her attention, you must do something remarkable. She takes another sip from her barrel, not looking at you. Watch yourself, cleric. He whispers to you. Ulysses isn't one for idle chit-chat. You know this Sphinx? He shakes his head. Every night there's a drunk jackass that asks for a riddle. She usually doesn't hurt them. I'll be careful then. Wise words. I wish to prove myself worthy, great Sphinx. Worthy, little one. Worthy how? Never mind. Fuck it. Don't you give out riddles? Certainly. Are you ready? Rhetorical. Just wait. She finishes the last bit out of her barrel and puts it down with a slam. Then the Sphinx leans in, hissing. Once I had the sun's favor, my creed cling close to the wall. The sun, the light of the day, the source, the great source of power that moves alone across the sky. Over the day. Oh shit. Scoop. An incredible hype chest emote. That's beautiful. That's lucky. Oh, he's strutting. Sun, the light of the day, the great source of power that moves alone across the sky over the day. It follows a different pattern of movement in each band and with different intensities. In Ascani, it is small and moves quickly. Okay, I have a lot of questions celestially about that, but okay. I know the answer is magic. Matured in shadows, I've witnessed empires rise and fall. It's wine. Once left in silence, now the life of the ball. She raises her paw and gestures to the open chamber. Yet I remain a draft of remembrance, a history's thrall. What am I? A warlord who cannot learn from his mistakes. Probably a drunkard. Your companion smirks and gives a little chuckle. He knows. How many guesses do I get? Hopefully none, but you are allotted one answer. What do you think, Snell? The Sphinx turns to Snell with a frown. Oh, this seems like a personal riddle. For you, not me. So, I'm just gonna watch. All right? She nods. Can I think about this for a bit? No. Answer now or never. What happens if I get it wrong? She squints at you and raises her chin. Same as all those who wander these halls. You will lose everything. Eventually. What do I get if I get it right? The Sphinx shrugs and gives you a cold smile. Satisfaction. Is this a trick question sort of deal? No. Just a normal riddle. It's wine! I'm gonna fail! You focus your mind to come up with something, anything, that could be the answer to the riddle. Something old and time-worn that was once in the light and then lived in shadows for a long time before it became popular again. What could it be? You only get one shot to make it count.
Oh, it gives you so many things. Anyway, it's just one.
Wine?
She gives you an intense stare.
Time for a fight. She is strong, but you will defeat her handily with the power of a hero.
Yeah, wine. Olziz picks up a new barrel of wine. She pops the cork open. Wine, yes, that is very correct, little one. Wonderful job. Another riddle solved.
Huzzah!
Since you're so amazing, would you be interested in a quest? No, thank you. I do not want to do quests. I am not a questing kind of guy. Yes, yes, yes. She gives you a serious expression. Accepting a divine quest from a sphinx is no trifling matter, mortal. In fact, few would survive such an ordeal.
This is a chance to prove yourself to an ancient creature of myth and legend.
Are you going to have me go get you a drink?
You'll also look incredibly manly doing it.
Quest? Indeed. Behind me stands a vault. It opens only to those worthy. She leans her massive head downwards, close enough for you to smell the wine breath. To prove worthy, you must solve my most ancient of riddles. So old it was handed to me when I first stepped inside this chamber millennia past. Bow your head in silence. I am pretty great at questing. I am sure you are, little one. Your companion whispers to you,
You're going on an epic Sphinx quest now? Sure, why not? Not like we're on a fucking job or anything.
All things are connected by the strings.
Ancient riddle? It's time. Turn to your companion and whisper, This is important, Snell.
Maybe to you.
No, really. It's very important to the job, too. Convince me. It could grant me esoteric knowledge. Like the tea shop? He sighs. Fair enough. Look, I won't stand in the way. Just don't waste too much time on it, okay? The Sphinx stares at your companion. A hero must face much adversity during his quest. She laughs quietly to herself and takes a swig of wine. So what exactly is this Sphinx quest? This is a riddle, the answer of which is not uttered in words, but revealed by action.
Muscle riddle. Action riddle.
She goes quiet and closes her eyes. Just listen. Found within the arcane flare, twin tongues of flames that scorched the air. She takes a breath, revealing a wicked grin. Burrowed deep within the earth, a primal string to show your worth. Then she leans in, almost whispering those final words. Folk and gods in thronging herds. A man divine alone howls his words. Easy. You understand it immediately. Ah, I get it. You do? The Gate Era. No, cleric. That is not the answer. The answer is not something you can speak. She uses a massive claw to grab something from her pile of stuff
and tosses it to you. Once you understand this riddle, return here. You can only solve it during daytime alone. We wouldn't want anyone else to accidentally We wouldn't want anyone else accidentally figuring out this riddle, would we? She glances at your goblin companion. The goblin groans. I am not interrupting the job for that. Do it in the morning or something, before you pick me up. The Sphinx chuckles. I never sleep, so you can show up any time after sunrise and before the tavern opens. What have you gotten yourself into? Sounds like this could lead to one hell of a treasure. Oh, it's man.
A great quest. Time to prove yourself as a worthy hero.
Can you give me a hint about that riddle? A hint? You dare stand before a sphinx and ask for a hint? What? Is that some sort of social taboo? She puts down her barrel of wine and leans in. You can ask questions, but no, you do not get a hint. Wow, what a cool distinction, Ulzies. Those are really different things. So I'm supposed to do something, not just answer with a regular old word, right? Correct. Do the actions I'm supposed to do have anything to do with... That would be a hint. No such questions, please.
What? What are the actual fucking rules here?
Where am I supposed to... No location-based questions. Has anyone else solved this riddle? Her smile fades. Only a handful of folk have been proven worthy to enter the vault during the aeons I have watched over it. I will only tell you more if you prove yourself worthy, of course. I'll have to do something with you to solve the riddle, right? No. She winces. Damn it, that was a hint. New rule, you get one hint. And she can make new rules? Man, she's drunk. That was your one hint. It's not something to do directly with me. You can't just change the rules like that. Oh, please, I can do anything I want. She sips her wine, looking regretful. Guess I just have to try some stuff. Trial and error. Not the most silly tactic I've seen over the years. She shrugs again, her cat shoulders sliding smoothly up and down. Which looks surprisingly funny with her whole feline body thing going on. Now get back at it, little one. Isn't it lonely to hang around here for millennia? She takes a deep breath. I must remember that my perspective of time is different from immortals. When one views events on such a scale measured in eras, a chat like this is but a fleeting blink among a heaven of stars.
She speaks from a pool of knowledge deeper than your entire potential existence.
So, there's no dude Sphinx in your life then? Her expression changes subtly. I have found that when this question is put to me, despite my vast age, despite my demeanor, despite everything, the inquirer is not referring to companionship. She taps a claw. You wish to speak of reproduction, little one. Cleric. You hear a harsh whisper. Are you sure about this? Actually, never mind. She nods and says, I understand. Anything else, or... So everything is going by really fast for you. The Sphinx takes a moment. When a child grows, a house once thought massive will soon start to feel cramped. As time grinds on, the idea of today is no longer a canyon of possibilities. For me, that house is minuscule. What about this then? Try jumping side to side really quick. The Sphinx follows your movements with a stale expression. Your impressive movements.
You keep it up for almost a full minute before your legs grow sluggish.
Your companion stares at you with an open mouth.
You like that?
The Sphinx has an inscrutable expression on her face, watching you pant like a dog. Those were some spectacular jumps, little one. But please calm down.
Okay.
The Sphinx nods. Mortality makes life beautiful. I've heard that countless times, yet it always comes from those trapped in its clutches. I suppose perspective is everything. Hanging around a tavern can't be too lonely, right? Times have indeed changed. During what you'd call the arcane era, I had a few visitors. These days, I am inclined to enjoy the life surrounding me, even with its occasional annoyances.
Big. Mom, look what I can do!
Yes, I am watching, Cleric. While the average quality of my conversations may have declined, there is value in communicating with all manner of creatures. Knowledge comes in all shapes. If the world is full of imbeciles, then knowing imbeciles will let you know the world. And if that is the case, then how many of these people can truly be called stupid?
But I'm not an imbecile, right?
She stares at you for a long while. Of course not, little one. She says that to everyone. I want to ask something else. She sips her barrel. Is this tavern your lair, or your lair a tavern? She lifts the barrel to her lips and holds it there for a moment. Eventually, she lowers it and says, "That is indeed a riddle worth pondering. Can I ask why? Why what? Why a tavern?" I was convinced. She glances at the pile of wine by her side. It was not a battle quickly won, however. Riksbiter worked tirelessly for many an evening to argue her point. Eventually, and completing a few quests on my behalf, I let her rent out a part of my lair, but only for a century. Do you like the hustle and bustle in here? I am content, for now. Has anyone ever tried to fight you? Yes, alcohol tends to lower risk assessment capabilities among mortals, which sometimes ends with violence. Always from a man, strangely enough. I do wonder why.
Not always. You've seen some feisty women during your street watch days.
You a big drinker? I partake. It does little to affect me, but the taste is lovely. You've never seen her sober, so who knows if that's true. Must cost a lot to get you all this wine. No, Riksbiter procures it all for me. Such lovely river wine. She takes another sip. I've grown to enjoy the taste. Nice to see you enjoying your tavern lair. I've got other questions. The Sphinx drinks again. What do you know about the tea shop? It startled me, which is not an easy thing to do. I'd imagine you're quite close to it. Yes, an explosion like that has not been felt in this place for decades at least. Understandable. Yes, it reminded me of our darkness. What your people call the Fade era. It was a time just before I was tasked with guarding this vault. Then the Mollusca-Tulin cattle often bargained with me for divine knowledge and assistance. Take a drink each time the cleric is... She's playing her own drinking game that we don't know the rules to because she changes them every time. I liked those snails. They were good company. I was saddened when their city melted under Isuth's fire. The crackling of those flames, terrible force that ruined everything in its path. Flames of many colors.
Memories. Blah, blah, blah. Memories of beasts in the days of yore.
Those thoughts stirred in me when I felt that explosion. Old magic. Snails! She nods. They built the first city here, from what I know. You've walked their streets, little ones. Can you tell me more about these folk? A bit, yes. They were masters at wizardry far before the Arcanists, or humans for that matter, even arrived to Jor's coast. They made some poor choices during their rise and fall. They aligned with Jor against the gods, for one. And of course, they picked the wrong side of the Dragon Wars. It is a tragic tale of a civilization that they truly believed to be good. Good for the coast. They were just a little slow. Caught up to them in the end. You've been here since the Fade era. There were some excursions early on, but yes, a bit over a millennia ago. That's awesome! Thank you! Do you think it was dragonfire that caused the explosion? She scoffs. No, I do not. It was much too concentrated of a blast. Besides, a dragon large enough to cause such destruction would also surely not be capable of sneaking away without a single witness. Could someone have used fireball to cause the explosion? The Sphinx shrugs. I've seen more than a fair share of those in my time. Seems like everyone uses it. A third-level fireball would not come close to that power. What about a higher-level fireball? She shrugs. It would have to be very high. So who knows? I'm sure you'll figure it out. Tell me about Isuth. I'd prefer not. Her terrible reign is a topic left out of polite conversation. Whenever you see the flaming mounds upon the burned coast lit up in smoke and cinder, you will know his will has not gone away. Not for a moment. Flames of many colors. Blue, yellow, and purple. It is said if you can see the purple, it will be the last thing that you do. That's all for now. Thank you. You're welcome. What are you voting for in the election? I am not. What? Why? She shakes her head. I cannot leave to vote, I am afraid. Even if it was in my business to leave an imprint on the affairs of mortals. If you could leave, what would you vote? Oh, I don't know. She points a claw. What would you have me vote for if you were in my shoes? You seem like a down-to-earth, basic kind of gal. You'd be a great agrarian. I cannot ever recall being called something like that. You are no longer apolitical. Instead, you are agrarian. But I can see it has affected you emotionally. So let's move on. She gives you a knowing smile. You can't leave here even for a minute or two? I could, but that would break my divine quest. Understandable, you cannot do that ever. I would not have expected a mortal to understand. Interesting. Okay, good to know. What's that door behind you? Nothing. But it is clearly something. How perceptive of you, little one. She holds up a paw as if presenting a prize. Behind me lies but one divine vault of many. She lowers her head slightly in a tiny bow. I am its protector. It's really not more complicated than that. I'll be going now. You're a very impressive creature. You know that? She taps her claws. Where are you going with this little one?
Oh boy. Get ready to run.
Yeah, this might be a bad idea.
A true man climbs the tallest mountain he can find. No lesser challenge, no lesser man.
Your goblin companion kicks you in the shin. You want to get mazed? This is how you get mazed.
Never mind. Never mind.
All right, little one. I'll assume you simply coughed very loudly. I'll be going now. Thank you, Great Sphinx.
Oh, wow, I am all over the place. I refuse to vote for fascists. I am, however, only a cleric. Yeah, a nat 20 sure will do it. And only that.
Oh, oh, the keg is perfect for her. An old well. You approach the old well. It's dry. And very, very deep.
Why can I do this?
Look down the well. You see only darkness. Is this a wishing well? Surely.
I wish I was the greatest knight in all of Ascani.
Nothing happens. Won't you look at that? That must mean you're already the greatest knight, right?
Truth. The goblin speaks truth.
He's making fun of you.
All right, I don't think we have time to get into another conversation, however. So, we're going to save it up here. We're going to end a couple of minutes early, I think. The goblin speaks the truth. I love Snell. Snell's a delight. I like this game quite a bit. I hope you all are enjoying it too. As always, thank you all for joining me on this Thursday. I hope you all have a lovely remainder of your Thursday as well, and we will resume Esoteric Ebb last week. No, we're not going back in time yet. We will resume Esoteric Ebb next week, same time, same place. I hope you all have a great Thursday, and I will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Hey, if you stuck around to the end of the video, I just wanted to say thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed. If you want to help support me in making more of this, you can follow me on Twitch, where I stream these live. Like, comment, and subscribe. I suspect you all know how this works by now, but it really does help a lot. Thanks.